We have another late night going on, guys. So what we're doing, I'm gonna show you all how to paint, the process on how to paint a new construction home, because there's a way to do it and to do it right, to give you the best outcome, the most efficiently way possible, if that's a word. We're gonna make it really efficient. That way we know we're doing everything the right way. It's gonna give us great results. And what we have right here, we have a builder client. She has a lot of properties on this street, and you know, she's looking to get this home fully renovated, and she needs a paint company, and this is what we're here for. But the reason why we're here so late is because I had on the schedule for my spray guy to show up, but he never showed up, and the show must go on. So we gotta make sure that this job is finished within the days that we have set for it, because we have to get on to the next one. So for this project, it's only going to take us 3 days. And this first phase, when it comes to priming and spraying our ceilings and back rolling and getting everything done, is really, really important, because you always wanna start strong, and of course you wanna finish strong. But now we're at the start phase, so it's time for us to start strong. Yeah, that's gonna go. So the spray tip that I'm gonna be using is a 313. It's not going to create too much overspray, and it's not going to use up a lot of paint, but it's also going to be, you know, putting the paint on there, because it's a 0.13 orifice, so it's going to bring out a lot of paint, but it's not going to be too much to where it's just running through my paint so fast. So let's see how this bad boy is turning out. It's a new spray tip, so I'm kind of excited. One key thing to remember when you're spraying and running a lot of paint through your paint sprayer, temporarily clean out the gun filter, because you're gonna see your spray fan is gonna start getting, it's gonna have fishtails or just have tails on the end of it. So it's not gonna be an even spray pattern, basically. That's because you have trash in your filter. So clean that out from time to time, and you just untwist it at this point. That's what I just had to do, so. We're gonna get back to spraying. Ooh. And make sure you got power onto your sprayer, you know, that's also good.
Oh my God.
So when you got your walls already primed and everything ready to go, now it's time to get the sanding done. Sanding gonna be very important to give you that smooth, luxury finish that all homeowners and everybody wants. So when you got an electric sander, it gets the job done fast and it gets the job done right. So before you start putting the finish coats on that wall, sand them walls and sand them good. So right now it's time to go ahead and apply that first coat of paint onto the primer. It's been sanded, everything is ready for the paint to be applied, and that's what we're doing now. Going ahead and rolling on the first coat. When it comes to putting the first coats, you don't have to roll into the cut. It's not as necessary when it comes to the first coat. So we just have Gabe right here rolling on the first coat. On that finished last coat, that's what we'll cut first and then roll into it. So right now he's just getting the paint onto the wall. Spraying in Backroll is a quick way to go ahead and roll a surface. And what we're gonna do right now is roll these ceilings out. We'll spray and Backroll these ceilings. First things first, when you are spraying first, you wanna make sure you don't get too far ahead of yourself because it'll dry on you too fast. And then you wanna go ahead and Backroll into it just as if you were rolling the ceiling. Only thing your sprayer is basically doing is just applying the paint to the surface, but you still want it to go on evenly because you don't want any buildup or whatnot. But sometimes, which you'll get a hang of, you'll start building up in certain areas where you just want to push the paint with the roller. But I'll just show you all that. So let's go ahead and get into this. And when you have your roller, make sure you kind of have a well saturated net right now, and keep a bucket with you, like a spare bucket with you in the room. That way you can kind of sit it down on something, you know, while you're spraying the ceiling, because you don't want to have this laying on the wall or on the floor anywhere or anything. Just lean up against something, and you just might as well use the same bucket. So let that sit right there. Getting back to spraying. After you rolled that section, go ahead and get it back into it. Always overlap where you started spraying. You want your trim work to be smooth. So what we're gonna use is a sprayer. We're gonna go ahead and spray this trim right here. And it's already ready, prepped. It's got the plastic on it. We use a hand masker for this. Caulked all the gaps and whatnot and ran some sand along it. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and spray it. What you wanna do is gonna start pulling the trigger before you get to the surface, because that's gonna eliminate any spits from your sprayer. We just got finished with this new construction home. enjoyable process, especially when you have your sprayer, you got the right guys in here, you know exactly what steps to take. When it comes to doing your commercial, a new construction property, just like we did, you want to not skip steps, which means go ahead and spray them walls, get out the sander from first coating, second coating, touch up and finishing with touch ups again. Don't skip any steps. That's the main thing that's important, and just enjoy the process. That's what we did for this project. They went with just straight white on everything. White is a little tricky sometimes because even though it's white, you still want it to lay evenly and at different, different glances of the wall. It's not as smooth fully throughout. So white takes at least 3 coats, especially when it comes to new construction. So that's what we did at this project. The client is already happy. Like I said, we're near completion. Minor touch-ups to be done to make it, to tie that knot. And that's a wrap. Get back to the customer. So that's a wrap for this project. You want your property done the same exact way, really taken care of the right way, give us a call, Rolling Shades Painting, and we out.